Franklin Field in Philadelphia, one of the finest football stadiums in the country, is the arena for this World Championship struggle between the kingpins of the National Football League's Eastern Conference, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Green Bay Packers, rulers of the Western Conference. The fans, clutching their precious tickets, arrive early for this one, the most anxiously awaited game in professional football. As game time draws near, more than 30,000 onlookers provide a colorful background for the battle that only the National Football League could provide. Just 2 years ago, both the Eagles and the Packers were floundering in the cellars of their respective conferences. Today, the high-flying Eagles have a 10-2 record to show for the 1960 season. The Packers, after a blazing start, slumped badly at mid-season, but coach Vince Lombardi lifted his charges in the final weeks. Bart Starr, who sparked the Packers in their late surge, will be at quarterback for the Western champions. Jim Taylor, one of the league's hardest runners, spearheads Green Bay's vaunted overland attack. The fabulous Dutchman Norm Van Brocklin earned the league's most valuable player award for his role in the Eagles' flight to victory. Little Tommy McDonald is Van Brocklin's most explosive receiver. Tommy's brilliant speed and sure hands will pose a constant threat. Two of the league's best linemen, Jim Ringo, captain and center of the Packers, and Chuck Bednarik, Eagles captain, get together before the... Bednarik will play both ways. 70,000 people rise to their feet as the Packers get set to kick off. Paul Hornung sends a low line drive to Tim Brown on the 2. Brown heads up the right side. Norm Masters drives Brown out of bounds on the Eagle 22. On first down, Van Brocklin throws a swing pass to Billy Barnes. Bill Quinlan intercepts, and it's first down, Green Bay at the Eagle 14. Jim Taylor finds daylight and romps through for 5 yards to the 9-yard line. 2 plays, net 3 yards, and on a 4th down and 2 situation, Taylor can't get started on the frozen turf, and the Eagles take over on their own 5-yard line. The Eagles try to ignite a drive on the ground. Van Brocklin gives to Dean on the draw play. Our slow-motion camera watches the Eagle rookie as he powers up the middle. A diving tackle by Ray Nitschke forces Dean to fumble. The ball bounces free for an instant. Bill Forrester dives, and the Packers recover the ball on the Eagle 22. Eager to make this second break pay off, Paul Hornung knifes over the left side for 5 yards. Our ground camera watches Taylor take a handoff from Bart Starr. Jim bangs for a first down at the Eagle 11. Paul Hornung follows running guard Fred Thurston, number 63, around right end. But Chuck Bednarik crashes through to hold Hornung to a 3-yard gain. A penalty sets the Packers back, and Paul Hornung attempts a field goal. Paul's boot soars through the blue. Referee Ron Gibbs signals that the placement is perfect, and the Packers of Green Bay have drawn first blood as they take an early 3-0 lead. Trying desperately to get his club started, Van Brocklin fires a bullet over the middle to Bobby Walston. The pass is incomplete, but interference is called against Green Bay, and the Eagles are awarded a first down at their own 34. On a 3rd and 8 situation, Van Brocklin shoots a quick look-in pass to Walston. Bobby is hit immediately and gets only 7 yards. With 1 yard to go in his own territory, Van Brocklin punts. Norm gets off a short kick taken by Lou Carpenter on the Packers 16. Lou gets only 1 yard before he's snowed under by a host of Eagles. Bart Starr takes to the air as he backtracks and hits Gary Knoppel on a deep button hook pattern at the Packer 37. Jim Taylor takes a pitchback and tries to go outside. A beautiful play by Maxie Bond holds Taylor for no gain. A 3rd down pass goes incomplete. Max McGee punts on 4th down. Max gets a high one off his instep. The ball takes a Green Bay bounce and goes out of bounds on the Eagle 17. Eagle halfback Billy Barnes starts to his left, but then cuts back over the middle. Barnes is stopped by the Packer line after 3 yards. Van Brocklin drops back in his pocket, but Dave Hanner forces him out. The Dutchman is racked hard by Henry Jordan. Pass to Walston proves futile and the Eagles are forced to punt. It's a good one. Let's watch Willie Wood as he waits for it. A buzzsaw tackle by John Wilcox cuts down Willie in his tracks. It's 1st and 10 Packers on their own 38. Taylor finds a hole at left tackle and hits for 8 yards. Paul Hornung gets in the draw play. Hornung hammers out 5 yards to the Packer 46. 1st and 10 Packers. The first quarter is coming to an end with the Western champions on the go. Starr again teams with Knoffel on the button hook for a first down in Eagle territory. The Packers work the trap play to perfection. Taylor finds the hole and runs roughshod for a 13-yard pickup. The first quarter ends with Green Bay leading 3-0 and closing in on another score.
A little stress. Bet us online investors aren't helping.
This is ESPN Classic.
Bart Starr opens the second period by pitching a perfect strike to Boyd Dowler. It's another first down on the Eagle 15. The Eagles tighten their line when the Packers get close. Taylor hits hard, but he can only get a couple of yards this time. 3 straight in passes give Paul Hornung another chance to swing his golden toe. Paul will kick from the 23-yard line. Paul's kick is high and true, and referee Ron Gibbs raises his arms. The Packers post a 6-0 lead with 13 minutes remaining in the second period. The Eagles try to get moving. Billy Barnes slants over the middle for 5 yards. Bill Forrester and Dan Curry are in on the tackle. We go to our slow motion camera for the weirdest play of the day. Van Brocklin's swing pass hits Packer end Willie Davis in the head. The ball bounces back to Van Brocklin. The Dutchman aims for Ted Dean, but his second try is too low for the Eagle rookie. On second down, Van Brocklin gives to Dean on a draw play. Ted slips through the Packers for 7 to the Eagle 44. It's 3rd and 3 as Billy Barnes tries to turn the quarter at left end. Wingback Jesse Whittington nearly cuts Barnes in half to drop Billy for a 2-yard loss. Again, the Eagles must kick. Van Brocklin takes his time as he aims his boot for the slippery right corner of the field. The ball hits on the 25 and is downed on the 20 by Big John Wilcox. The Packer defense is doing a great job on the Eagle offensive unit. Bart Starr drops back and fires in the flat to Taylor. Maxie Bond and Tom Brookshire make a high and low tackle, and Don Burrows slips in to make sure. The Packers fall short, and Max McGee is back to kick. Max gets off a low boot that Ron Kramer downs on the Eagle 43. Eagle fans begin to get restless as Van Brocklin hits McDonald's across the middle. The Eagle speed merchant races to the Packer 39 before he's stopped by Hank Grimminger. Again, Van Brocklin goes back and looks for McDonald. Tommy's open on the 7 to take Van Brocklin's pass into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Bobby Walston adds the point, and the Eagles go ahead 7-6. Let's take a look at the pattern run by McDonald. Tommy almost loses his footing, but he regains his balance in time to take the pass. Hank Grimminger falls off, and McDonald goes across with the touchdown. The quick striking power of the Eagles changes the complexion of the game. The Packers fail to move after the kickoff, and the Eagles take over on their own 26. Van Brocklin continues his long-range bombing. Pete Retzlaff is behind John Simank to make a beautiful catch of a perfect pass. The play nets 40 to the Packer 33. With the Packers wary of the long pass, Van Brocklin flips a swing pass to Ted Dean. Ted makes a perfect cutback that helps him get to the Packer 8-yard line before he's stopped. After 2 passes fail, Van flips to Billy Barnes. Big Bill Quinlan makes a jarring tackle on Barnes to break up the play. On fourth down, the Birds go to the field goal. Bobby Walston has the honors from 15 yards out. The kick is perfect, and the Eagles hold a 4-point lead. Eagles 10, Packers 6. Watch as beautiful blocking by the Packer lineman springs Hornung loose up the middle. Hall gets 16 yards before Bond applies the stopper. We move in to get a close look at the power of Jim Taylor. Jim gets 4 yards before Bednarik applies a vice-like tackle to his head. Here's how the action looks to Philadelphia defensive safety Tommy Brookshire. Bart Starr's swing pass goes to Taylor. Brookshire bumps Taylor out on the Eagle 20. As the Packers race to beat the clock, our slow-motion camera watches Starr hit Hornung over the middle. Hall tries to get away, but Bobby Freeman makes the tackle on the Eagle 13. There's only time for one play as Hornung attempts a field goal. Paul's boot is wide by a 1-foot margin, and referee Ron Gibbs signals that the kick is not good. The first half ends with the Eagles ahead, 10-6.
Lecture halls, honor rolls, stimulating debates. It's the Ivy League, just like you pictured it. On Friday nights during the regular season, the institutions of higher learning fly even higher.
Green Bay continues to roll as Hornung slashes off left tackle for 5 more yards. Bart Starr pitches back to Taylor. Taylor tries left end, but a tremendous effort by Tom Brookshire, number 40, holds Jim to 3 yards. On third down and 2 to go from the Eagle 26, Hornung follows Fred Thurston wide right. Chuck Bednarik forces Hornung inside and wraps Hornung in his clutch for a slim 1-yard gain. The Packers are on edge as Hornung grimaces with pain. A pinched nerve in his shoulder removes the dangerous Hornung from the game. With a yard to go on fourth down, blasts into the line. Bednarik is there again for the Eagles. Chuck holds on for dear life, as do the other Eagle defenders. The crowd is hushed with tension as the chain is brought in. The players crowd around to see the measurement. Eagle halfback Bobby Freeman jumps with joy as referee Ron Gibbs signals first down for Philadelphia. Van Brocklin wastes little time in dropping back and looking for McDonald. Van finds Tommy slanting through the Packer secondary. Jesse Whittington saves a touchdown, but the Eagles have a first down on the Packer 40. Hard-working Billy Barnes carves out 7 yards to the Packer 33. Ted Dean cracks off right tackle and gets more than enough for a first down at the Packer 27. Van Brocklin utilizes his perfect protection to pinpoint a pass to Bobby Walston. Our ground picks up Bobby's. He picks up 25 yards to the 5-yard line. Van Brocklin sends Dean around left end, but Henry Jordan, number 74, slows Ted down so that John Symank can make the tackle on the 4. As the Eagle bench watches tensely, our slow-motion camera sees Van Brocklin fake to Dean and then roll out, looking for McDonald. The Dutchman aims for his favorite receiver, but John Symank goes high to pull down the pass. The outstanding play by Symank brings the ball out to the 20, where it's first down, Green Bay. Two plays gain nothing, and on third down, Starr flips out to Taylor. Don Burrows is right there as Taylor slips, and the Packers face long yardage on fourth down. Max McGee is back to punt for the Packers. At least the Eagles think he is. Fakes and then takes off on a dangerous mission through the Eagles. McGee gets 35 yards before he's nailed by Ted Dean on the Eagle 45. On the last play of the third quarter, Starr keeps the Packers moving as he connects with Gary Knoppel on the Eagle 32. With only 15 minutes remaining, Philadelphia leads Green Bay 10-6. the fourth quarter opens, Tom Moore hits straight ahead, then breaks outside. Tom refuses to go down until he's gained 12 yards and a first down at the Eagle 22. Taylor rips through the middle for 4 yards. Bednarik leads the tacklers, and it's 2nd and 6 on the 18. Let's play a Packer play in slow motion. Tom Moore follows Jerry Kramer, number 64, around left end. Watch Eagle linebacker Maxie Bond roll off Kramer's block and hit into Moore. Tom gets 8 yards on the play, and it's 1st and goal from the 10. Jim Taylor is hit at the line of scrimmage by Don Burrows, but Taylor uses his brute strength to pick up 3 yards. Burrows is badly shaken up on the play. On 2nd down, Bart Starr fires to Max McGee, slanting into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Hornung adds the conversion, and the Packers take the lead 13-10 with 9 minutes remaining in the game. Paul Hornung kicks off for Green Bay. Ted Dean takes it on the 2. The Eagles clear an alley for Ted up the left side. Tim Brown, number 22, leads the way. Willie Wood finally pushes Dean out of bounds on the Packer 39, a 59-yard return. A holding penalty against the Packers moves the ball 5 yards closer. Van Brocklin gives to Dean on the draw play, and Ted fights to the Packer 26. Billy Ray Barnes starts to the outside, then cuts inside and scrambles for first down at the 20. Van Brocklin drops back to pass, but blitzing linebacker Ray Nitschke leads a barrage on the Eagle quarterback. It's 2nd down and 17 from the 27. The Packers continue their violent rush, but Van Brocklin flips a quickie to Billy Barnes. Billy gets 13 yards to the Green Bay 14. It's 3rd down and 3 to go. Billy Barnes gets the call on a slant over the middle. Barnes gets 5 yards in all, and it's 1st and goal. Eagles from the 9. Dean lowers his head and hits with the force of a battering ram. It takes 4 Packers to stop Ted on the 5-yard line. Vince Lombardi doesn't like the looks of things from the Green Bay bench. Ted Dean is red hot, and Van Brocklin knows it. Norm sends the rookie on a sweep around left end. Jerry Huth throws the key block, and Dean drives in for the score. Let's look at the touchdown through our ground camera. Dean's blazing speed gets him outside in a hurry, and Huth's block helps Dean dive into pay dirt. The Philadelphia fans give Dean, a hometown boy, a standing ovation as he returns to the huddle. Bobby Walston adds the point, and it's 17-13 Eagles.
ESPN Classic. Are you old school?
Weary Eagles on the bench hope their offense can run out the clock. Ted Dean races wide around left end and turns upfield for 5 precious yards. Van Brocklin again gives off to Dean, who appears stopped, but spins off for 4 yards to the 34. It's 3rd and 1. Billy Barnes barrels at left tackle, but it's just like a brick wall, and the Packers refuse to budge. It's 4th and 1 on the Eagle 34. Van Brocklin is back to punt with less than 3 minutes remaining. The high punt is taken by Lou Carpenter. Lou is hit hard by Gene Gossage at the Packer 35. It's now or never for Bart Starr and the Green Bay Packers. Starr drops back, looking for a receiver. He has to go to his swingman Taylor as his deep receivers are covered. The play gains 5 yards and stops the clock. 2nd and 5 at the Packer 40. Starr again drops back to pass. Bart throws a short pass to Tom Moore. Moore gets 4 yards, but doesn't make it to the sideline, and the clock keeps running. It's 3rd down and a yard to go. Starr gives off to workhorse Jim Taylor. Jim goes outside and gets his first down with a 9-yard pickup. Taylor goes out of bounds to stop the clock with a little more than a minute remaining. We move close to the action as Starr hurls over the middle to Gary Knoffel. Gary completes the 17-yard play that gives the Green Bay Packers a first down on the Eagle 30-yard line. Now less than a minute remains as Starr goes for the distance. Jim Carr and Don Burrows. Boyd Dowler covered like a blanket, and the pass goes incomplete. Second down from the 30. Packer lineman blocked viciously as Starr fades to pass. Bart fires a bullet at Gary Knoffel, and the Packers are on the Eagle 22 with 8 seconds remaining. Bart Starr has just one more chance. He throws a short pass to Jim Taylor. Taylor brings the crowd to its feet as he nearly gets loose, but Chuck Bednarik grabs him on the 10, and that's the end of the line. The Philadelphia Eagles have won the World Championship of Professional Football with the same come-from-behind heroics that earned them their conference title. The Birds outlast the rugged Packers in one of the hardest-fought contests ever witnessed. A bruising battle from start to finish reaps glory for both squads, but the joy of victory goes to the Eagles. A team that has overcome insurmountable odds all season, the Philadelphia Eagles are truly a team of desire. The game's Outstanding Player Award, Norm Van Brocklin, who is retiring as an active player after today's game. As the curtain falls on the 1960 National League season, the greatest in the history of the league, the Philadelphia Eagles wear their crown with the pride of a job well done.